And you're number 22, Juan Thornhill here, and there comes Derrick Henry.
If you're a sports fan, then you're no stranger to what-if scenarios and hypotheticals. And what's one of the best what-if scenarios to talk about? That's right, ultimate teammate combinations. Two superstars who play for different teams coming together to create the ultimate force. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, Fred Warner and Nick Bosa, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, A.J. Brown and DeVonta Smith. These are just some of the many exciting NFL duos to watch on the field together. But sometimes you can't help but ask yourself, what would happen if two other NFL stars on separate teams wound up joining forces one day? It's unlikely to ever happen, of course, but it's still fun to at least ponder the many possibilities of what it would be like. So today, here are 10 pairs of NFL stars that we really want to see play together one day.
Downfield. He's got it! Touchdown! Las Vegas!
Patrick Mahomes and Christian McCaffrey. Mahomes is the most decorated and all-around talented quarterback in the NFL right now, and heck, maybe even ever. If there's one thing Mahomes has lacked on offense throughout his prolific career, it's a top-tier superstar running back. LaShawn McCoy and Le'Veon Bell don't count, as they were well past their best before dates. 2020 first-rounder Clyde Edwards-Helaire never blossomed into the RB1 that Casey envisioned. Meanwhile, ex-Carolina Panther and current San Francisco 49ers star Christian McCaffrey has also lacked an elite QB for most of his career. So let's just step back for a second and imagine if Mahomes and Run CMC were in the same offense together. No matter who his QB is, a healthy McCaffrey has always been a nightmare for opposing teams to stop. I mean, the dude is just one of 3 guys to record 1,000 rushing and 1,000 receiving yards in one season. Combine McCaffrey's near-perfect skill set with Mahomes' ability to extend the play, and there is simply no telling how dynamic they would be as a pairing. McCaffrey would rack up the catches as a security blanket, and he would easily rush for over 1,000 yards with opposing Ds needing to mostly account for Mahomes in the passing game. Mahomes and McCaffrey are in good spots on long-term championship contenders, so it's unlikely that we'll ever see them play together. But hey, one can always dream. Aaron Donald and Micah Parsons. Donald is the best defensive player of his era, pure and simple. With 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards and a Super Bowl 56 ring on his resume, he's only playing for one more thing: the chance to strengthen his case as the greatest defensive player ever. Donald has played with several other very good but not quite elite defensive linemen like Robert Quinn and Ndamukong Suh and Leonard Floyd throughout his career. The only other Hall of Fame caliber defensive lineman he's lined up with? Von Miller, and that only netted the Los Angeles Rams a Super Bowl championship. Go figure. So imagine if Donald got to spend more time with another top-level pass rusher. Specifically, we're thinking a Dallas Cowboys superstar, Micah Parsons. The Penn State product has been a beast since turning pro in 2021. He's a one-man wrecking machine who has single-handedly turned the Dallas defense into one of the NFL's very best. It is his speed, athleticism, and explosiveness that makes Parsons virtually unblockable. So now imagine if you had Donald and Parsons on the field together. What would they combine for? Like 30, 40 sacks in a season? The sky would be the limit with these two together. Of course, the Rams are too smart to let Donald leave for another team. And the Cowboys will pay Parsons whatever he wants to ensure that he stays there long term. So the Pro Bowl is our only real chance to see these two play on the same team. But the thought itself is fun enough to envision. Josh Allen and Tyreek Hill. Allen took his game to an MVP level once the Buffalo Bills traded for Stephon Diggs, giving the former that much-needed WR1 he lacked in his first 2 years. Miami Dolphins wideout Tyreek Hill has put up star-like numbers regardless of his QB, be it Alex Smith, Patrick Mahomes, or Tua Tagovailoa. Hill is the fastest wide receiver in the game, but he's especially more dangerous when he plays with a QB who can extend the play. Well, no QB extends the play better than Allen. His big size, mobility, and dual-threat game make him nearly impossible to bring down. Imagine having Allen and that rocket arm complementing Hill and his lightning-quick speed. How many 50-plus yard bombs would Hill come up with in an Allen-led offense? Only one way to find out: by seeing them play together. But Allen and Diggs versus Tagovailoa and Hill twice a year is a fine alternative, we suppose. TJ Watt and JJ Watt. Too bad. With JJ's contract set to expire, the possibility was there for him to join younger brother TJ in Pittsburgh. But alas, Watt announced he was retiring after the Arizona Cardinals' home finale on Christmas Day. But hey, it doesn't mean that we can't still hold out hope that they'll one day play together. Maybe JJ rediscovers the drive and desire to play again, a la Rob Gronkowski and Tom Brady. And maybe he returns to football in 2023 or 2024. And just maybe he decides to join his bro, another Defensive Player of the Year award winner in Steel City. Prime JJ Watt was truly in his own class, but TJ could end up having the better career when all is said and done. The only thing they're both missing is a championship ring. But what if they one day teamed up together and pursued that dream together? We'll keep crossing our fingers for the Watt brothers to play together until we are positive that JJ is committed to retirement. For now, let's not fully close the door on the dream of seeing the Watt brothers suit up together. Cooper Kupp and Justin Jefferson. Kupp was the NFL's best wide receiver in 2021. Jefferson was the NFL's best wide receiver of 2022. One common denominator, they both enjoyed historic success under Kevin O'Connell. O'Connell was the offensive coordinator for the Rams team that won Super Bowl 56. Kupp won the receiving Triple Crown in the 2021 season and earned Super Bowl MVP honors, having caught the game-winning touchdown late against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Minnesota Vikings hired the offensive-minded genius to replace Mike Zimmer as their head coach. Jefferson went on to have arguably the greatest individual regular season for a wide receiver, leading many to its first NFC North Division title in 5 years. If Kupp didn't miss significant time in 2022, perhaps he'd still be holding on to the title of being the NFL's best wide receiver. He'll get a chance to regain that title from Jefferson in 2023, though that's going to be easier said than done. With Kupp locked into LA long-term and with a monster extension awaiting Jefferson in mini, the odds of these two playing on the same NFL roster together is extremely low. That's a comforting thought for the rest of the NFL, though. Sauce Gardner and Jalen Ramsey. We have seen several great cornerback duos in the NFL, but nothing like the potential dream pairing of Ahmad Sauce Gardner and Jalen Ramsey. Gardner is the next great thing at the NFL cornerback. Ramsey is the proven 5-star veteran who's been there, done that. He is the best and most versatile cornerback of his era, and the Hall of Fame is a virtual lock at this point. The performances of superstar corners like Gardner and Ramsey is especially admirable because it's so hard to play defense in today's pass-happy era. And half the time you play defense in the NFL, you're penalized anyway. Gardner has excelled as a pure shutdown corner with off-the-chart statistics that have drawn early comparisons to ex-New York Jets great Darrelle Revis. Ramsey is also a top-tier shutdown corner, but it's his versatility and ability to line up anywhere in the secondary that makes him a truly special weapon in the Rams defense. Nick Bosa and Joey Bosa. Okay, if we can't see TJ and JJ Watt together on the same NFL roster, why not the Bosa brothers striking fear into opposing NFL offensive linemen and quarterbacks together? Joey and Nick both starred at Ohio State and were top 3 draft picks. Joey went 3rd overall to the San Diego/Los Angeles Chargers in 2016, and Nick went 2nd overall to the San Francisco 49ers in 2019. Both men went on to win Defensive Rookie of the Year honors in their first seasons. Nick, of course, was instrumental in helping the 49ers reach Super Bowl 54, where they ultimately lost a heartbreaker to Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. In 2020, the Chargers rewarded Joey with a lucrative 5-year extension worth $135 million, and it won't be long until Nick himself scores a contract worth 9 figures as well. So it's obviously unlikely that we'll see these two play together until Joey's deal with the Bolts runs up. But never say never. These are two bona fide superstar pass rushers already on Hall of Fame trajectories. Both play on teams that look poised to contend long-term, so they don't have a reason to look at reuniting just yet. But down the road, who wouldn't want to see the Bosa brothers duo together? George Kittle and Travis Kelce. There are very few bona fide superstar-level tight ends in today's NFL. George Kittle of the San Francisco 49ers and Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs are 2 of them, though. Kittle and Kelce are both superstars in their own ways. While the Chiefs' perennial Pro Bowler is racking up 1,000-yard seasons like clockwork, Kittle is doing his job as a top-tier run blocker in Kyle Shanahan's rush-heavy offense. Like former NFL star TE Rob Gronkowski, Kittle has downright bullied opposing defenders with his physicality and strength. The dude could probably make a switch to offensive tackle without any trouble. Kittle does his damage in the middle of the field, but Kelce is a versatile route runner who can really get open anywhere on the field. It's what makes him and Patrick Mahomes arguably the NFL's toughest pass-catching duo to stop. Now, imagine if Kittle and Kelce were lining up together on the same offense. That would instantly be the greatest tight end combo in NFL history. Just imagine if Kittle was blocking for Kelce to get open on his routes, or both of them run blocking, or, one quarterback simply having both of them as receiving options on a passing play. Devontae Adams and Jamar Chase. We've already talked about the dream of seeing Cooper Kupp and Justin Jefferson team up someday. So speaking of two other top 5 wide receivers joining forces, why not Davante Adams and Jamar Chase? Adams was by far the NFL's best wide receiver from 2019 to 2021, helping the Green Bay Packers to a pair of NFC Championship games. It's no coincidence that Aaron Rodgers' play fell off in 2022 after winning back-to-back MVP awards with Adams as his go-to guy. Adams is still one of the NFL's elite receivers even without Rodgers. As for Chase, well, he's making a strong case of his own to be viewed as the NFL's best receiver. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are really just getting started, and we may soon look at them as the best QB receiver duo in the league. Adams is the proven veteran who has a Hall of Fame induction locked up. Chase is a key piece in the new generation of future superstar wideouts. Wouldn't it be a joy to see these two one day share the field together while Adams is still in his prime? Never give up hope, folks. Maybe it will happen someday. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. We conclude this matchup with perhaps the juiciest dream NFL teammate combo of them all. Lamar Jackson is the best rushing quarterback in the NFL right now. If it weren't for injuries, we'd likely be talking about 4 consecutive 1,000 rushing yard seasons for the 2019 league MVP. And then there's Tennessee Titans star running back Derrick Henry, who's truly in his own class of NFL RBs. If he didn't miss 9 games in 2021, Henry would have likely won his 3rd straight rushing title. But back-to-back rushing titles, a 2,000-yard season, and a 2020 Offensive Player of the Year honor is not too shabby either. Even though defenses know what's coming, it's practically impossible to stop the speedy Jackson with the ball in his hands. And then Henry is just a one-man bulldozer who dishes out the pain on would-be tacklers time and time again. Now just imagine if these two lined up in the backfield together. How in the world would opposing defenses prepare for that? And how would you stop this rushing offense? There'd be no way. That's the answer. The best rushing QB of his era with the best running back of this era? Oh, how much we would love to see that happen. But what other NFL stars do you hope to see play together someday? Join us in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.